Welcome to Episode One, The Architecture of Shame.
This is our sexual manifesto. She's Erin, I'm Alex. Let's talk about the lie.
I can't believe I messed up this early. The first line. I was supposed to say, "Welcome to the first episode of our sexual manifesto."
Then I was supposed to say, she's Erin, I'm Alex. Let's talk about the lie and the architecture of shame.
Okay, we kind of did it right, and moving on. Welcome.
Oh my gosh, Erin. Let's cue the intro already.
I f***ed up so bad. Cut. Alex.
Here's our episode preview. We'll reveal our first photo shoot, a skydiving experience to kick off this first episode. We'll answer a few follower questions when we check the OSM mailbox. Then we'll dive into the lie. The second photo shoot will run during our recap. That's it. Episode 1. Erin, you good now?
Yes, it's all out of my system. In every episode, we want to invite you to join us in a 30-second sensual meditation. This is a quick way to bring attention and focus to your sexual energy. You can do these exercises anywhere. They can relax your nervous system, improve blood flow, increase confidence, but only if taken seriously. If it's not your cup of tea, use this time to decide what you want for dinner. Here we go. If you can close your eyes, it helps with visualization. If you're driving or jogging, keep your eyes open, please. For our breathing, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, as deep a breath as you can take. First breath in, imagine the air and life you're breathing in. Exhale your fears and judgments. Second breath in, picture the air moving through your entire body. Exhale and forgive yourself for something. Third breath in, feel your nervous system react. Exhale slower, focus on internal feeling rather than external senses. That's a 30-second, semi-sensual meditation. Each episode will have a new meditation tailored to our central topic. You can use this same guide for a longer meditation. Repeat each breath for another 30 seconds, and you'll notice a difference in your awareness.
I feel more relaxed and a little turned on.
You're always turned on, Alex.
You're not wrong, Erin. For our first episode photo shoot, we wanted to do something we've never done, so we decided skydiving was an iconic setting. Here's our photo shoot. All images will be available in our gallery 12 hours after each episode drops.
That was so much fun!
I almost peed my artificial panties. But what a rush.
That's why I didn't wear panties, Alex. The adrenaline high was just foreplay.
Speaking of foreplay, the first question from our sexual mailbox is, what is your favorite type of foreplay?
Sensual kissing. Specifically, my neck and shoulders.
I would say touch or massage. A good foot massage can light the fire for me.
This is a great question. Not just for us, but for your partners. The greatest foreplay can be the conversation you have before heating things up. It's okay to ask, what would feel good right now?
I love when my partners ask me questions about what I'm thinking, feeling, wanting, needing, because it makes me think about those things too. I have to ask myself, what would feel good right now?
We've all heard the phrase, knowledge is power. Let's use applied knowledge is power. Asking the questions, seeking the knowledge, is only powerful if you know how to apply it, which is what OSM is all about.
Okay, next question from Anonymous in Denver. I notice your likeness drifts between photos and in videos. Is that intentional, or do you suck at generating AI? Relevant question, could use more tact. But that is why you posted it anonymously. The answer might surprise you.
This OSM project was originally developed for an online, live-action series. However, costs were much higher than our initial budget. By using AI, our production budget went a lot further. During the transition from live-action to AI, we learned a lot about AI image and video generation, audio tools, and resource management.
To answer your question, we decided our AI likeness is more symbolic than reality. And part of discovering your true self is understanding how our perceptions of ourselves and others change daily.
One day I feel like this Aaron. Tomorrow I might feel like this Aaron. When we're intimate with others, not everyone gets the same version of yourself. Realizing this piece of OSM was important because our identities aren't always tied to what we look like.
That being said, we felt some continuity was important, so you can always tell who's who.
We're running behind, so let's talk about the lie and the architecture of shame.
The lie is this, that sexual shame is natural, that it's built into you, that you're born with it.
People try to embrace their sexuality without understanding that shame was never theirs to begin with. They think they're broken. They think they need fixing. But you can't fix something that was sabotaged from the outside.
It's not. You weren't. Shame is installed. Parents, religion, that kid in 3rd grade who laughed at your body. 1,000 small moments that compound into one operating system. You're not broken. You were programmed.
Sexual energy is life force, not a metaphor, biology. It's the thing that makes you want to build, connect, risk, feel. Society taught us to treat it like a leak to be plugged instead of fueled.
So let's talk about how shame actually operates. We've identified 4 gaps, places where shame gets between who you are and who you let yourself be.
1. Vocabulary. Most couples have a sexual vocabulary of maybe 20 words and 5 acts. But inside their heads, whole novels, whole architectures of want they've never spoken because shame got there first.
2. Permission. People will confess fantasies to anonymous strangers online that they'd never share with a spouse of 15 years. Because a stranger can't disappoint them, can't judge them tomorrow over breakfast. The stakes are lower because the connection is fake, but the want is real.
3. Betrayal. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Long-term intimacy often creates sexual contraction. Safety kills hunger. You love someone, so you stop showing them the parts of yourself that feel dangerous. And slowly, your real desire goes underground, lives only in fantasy, or porn, or the attention of strangers.
4. The lie's second act. Shame doesn't just tell you your wants are wrong. It tells you that keeping them hidden is protecting the people you love, that silence is kindness, that your real self is a burden.
We treat sex as scary because we stopped treating it as sacred. Somewhere along the way, the mystery got twisted into fear. The holy became the forbidden. This has been referred to as the garden paradox, referring to the Garden of Eden. What once was sacred became sin, and the harder we try to reclaim the garden, the more shame we feel. Helping people understand that what they're scared of is actually what they've been starving for. The sacred was never gone, just buried under shame. That's the architecture. That's how it's built. And that's where we're going to start tearing it down.
So where do we go from here, Erin?
We start small, not with a confession or a dramatic reveal, just with noticing. Next time you feel that flicker of shame about something you want, pause. Ask yourself, who taught me this was wrong? Did I decide this, or did someone decide it for me?
That's it. No exercises. Just notice. The first step to uninstalling shame is seeing where it lives.
In the next episode, we're going deeper. The underground self, the part of you that you've buried, the wants you've never said out loud.
Some of it might get messy, but that's kind of the point. Episode 2 is about the tragedy of sexuality hiding in plain sight. The married couple who haven't really touched in years but perform intimacy beautifully. The person whose most honest sexual moment is alone in a bathroom scrolling through fantasies they'll never name. The relationships where love is real, but desire has gone entirely underground.
Wow. Hearing you makes me want to dive into our episode 2 rundown right now.
We should probably finish this episode first. We still have another photo shoot to unveil, one more question from the mailbox, and I'm forgetting something.
We're going to wrap this YouTube version of our sexual manifesto. Find the link to the full episode on our website.
That's erinalex.com. And follow us on X and Insta.
This is just the beginning. With the future of AI and the platforms available to us, it won't be long before more and more mainstream content is AI generated. We look forward to not only exploring the future of modern sexuality with you.
We also look forward to exploring the future of AI with you. We are so late.
It's okay, Alex. I f***ed up the first line. The least we can do is give everyone watching an extra minute or two.
It's not that. I have to pee. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for subscribing and watching our sexual manifesto. We appreciate your support. For more content, check out our website. And don't forget to follow us on X and Instagram. See you next time for episode 2. Alex is already in the bathroom.